For the 30-lap feature event for the Stoops Freightliner Sprint Cars. Tony Elliott and Jay Drake on the front row. In row number 2 will be Jerry Coons Jr. and Mike Breck. The third row, Tracy Hines, J.J. Yaley. Back in row 4, Boston Reed and Dickie Gaines. Dave Darlin and Troy Rutherford are in the 5th row. Levi Jones and Brian Tyler in the 6th row. The 7th row is Derek Davidson and Rusty McClure. Scott Orr and Danny Holzclaw in the 8th row. Jimmy Laser and Jack Hewitt on row 9. A.J. Fike and Matt Westfall make up row 10. Mark Jessup and Tim Clark in row number 11. And Donnie Jeschke starts back in the 12th row in 23rd position. Now, Jay Drake was supposed to start up in the front row. However, there was a false start. He dropped back, was the cause of the caution, and you can't do that. You got to drop back to the tail of the field.
Yeah, you sure do. This is a look at J.J. Yaley. Boy, he's had a great year so far this year. He's running first in the midget point standings, second in the sprint car, and third in the Silver Crown point standings. And of course, he just won the midget race earlier here today.
Should be going green at the line for 30 laps of competition. It's Tony Elliott, and now up on the front row is Mike Breck. The green comes out, and here we go. Tony Elliott's going to be tough to beat. He's good on a dirt track, but look at Mike Breck on the top side of the racetrack get the lead as they go down the backstretch.
J.J. Yaley got a great start on that outside second row. He moved right into third spot, but Tony Elliott seemed to be able to hold him off, and Elliott makes a challenge for the lead down on the low side.
Elliott gets a good run, but can't complete the pass. Back into second position. Running in third position is Yaley. Fourth is Jerry Coons Jr. He just changed uniforms after that fire that he had in his midget, and is currently running in fourth position and completing the top 5 at this time is Dickie Gaines.
Breck has a problem with the engine. You can see some smoke coming out of that thing, so he has to pull to the inside and head for the pit area. Tough break for him.
Indeed, Mike Breck dropping out of competition. He finished 19th here at Eldora in May when USAC ran. Has many laps running a wing 360 sprint car. Now the lead is held by Tony Elliott. And in second position is J.J. Yaley.
Yeah, and actually Elliott's pulled away from Yaley a little bit here in the early going as he kind of moved up on the racetrack. And Yaley moved a little higher. And every lap they try something a little bit different. Yaley runs a little low, and then he runs up a little bit. All of them looking for that really fast place. Uh-oh. There you go. Jay Drake already in trouble.
Drake is also out of the race. Tracy Hines now runs in fourth position as the lead is held by Tony Elliott. And there is Jerry Coons Jr. And on the top side of the racetrack, Tracy.
Tracy Hines got a great run on Coons that time. Right down to the inside, just blows right on by him. Coons ran pretty good there the first 2 or 3 laps, but then started to fade.
Now Tracy Hines sets his sights on the second place car of J.J. Yaley up ahead in blue. There's first, second, and third. That's Elliott going into turn number 1 with a nice, comfortable lead at this point. But both Yaley and especially Hines are really charging.
Yeah, Hines seems to be as fast as anybody on the racetrack right now, and he's still running down in the middle of the racetrack. I think that middle is going to wear out, though. It seems like it usually does at this racetrack, so he's going to have to move up to the top here later in the race.
This is Yaley's onboard camera looking back to Hines, and Hines goes to the bottom of the racetrack and is going to put the slide job on Yaley and take second spot.
Well, Hines is certainly proving that this place is a multi-groove racetrack here tonight. You can run the top or the bottom, and Hines is liking that bottom where it's been pretty fast all night long.
Tracy Hines, currently the sprint car points leader, has 24 career USAC sprint car wins. 4 of them have come here at Eldora. 10 laps down and 20 laps to go in this one as they are already lapping some of the slower traffic. They just went around A.J. Fike.
Yeah, now Hines. Oh, look at this. That's Troy Rutherford in the hood on that car. We've talked about how some of them, the fiberglass is so thin. Well, that one's coming apart, blowing right back in his face.
That's 6th and 7th position as Dave Darlin is right there in the green, and he too has front end problems.
Yeah, but you can see that the front end of that thing, the nose on that thing's been smashed in too. And that's over, it looks like it might be over the radiator, so that might cause him some heating problems later on.
Look how quickly Tracy Hines has moved in on the leader, Tony Elliott. Elliott has his hands full with lapping slower traffic, lapping Mark Jessup down in turn number 4. And now Tracy Hines is within 3 or 4 car lengths.
certainly is. Now he tried wherever Elliott goes. He goes to a different place. He went to the high side that time. Elliott stayed on the bottom, and it looks like Tracy Hines really. Oh, now that he goes.
Look out. He moves to the high side of the racetrack. Is there enough room? Yes. He got by on the high side, and Hines takes the lead and bumps the wall.
He bumped the wall getting into the corner down there. You better be careful because you can knock the Jacobs ladder loose. You can do a lot of things to the car when you bump the wall like that. So you don't want to do that very often.
Lapping Jimmy Laser in the blue number 8 car. There is Hines now coming up on
Holzclaw in the 3 car. So both of those cars right in front of him. He goes to the outside and makes the pass. But Elliott's not giving up all that easy.
Dave Darland is pulling out of competition after a good run. Dave Darland retires from competition. There's the interval between first and second as now Tracy Hines has the lead.
Yeah, I think what happened on Darland's car, that radiator, that fiberglass got put right down in front of the radiator. Probably got so hot that he had no choice. There was no air getting through there. As you can see, Darland heading through the pit area.
Tony Elliott is not letting Hines get away by any means. He's still right there pretty much in the center as we have completed now 18 of the 30 laps.
You can see that J.J. Yaley is not all that far back of those two guys right now. But all this traffic is a huge problem for these guys. You can see that it's a little bit dusty out there. Now then, it looks like...
Oh, they're lapping Rusty McClure.
Yeah, and Elliott tried to get down under him, but he couldn't quite do it.
Great battle between Tracy Hines and Tony Elliott for the lead. We'll take a break and be right back. You won't miss anything. Back at Eldora Speedway, Rossburg, Ohio, the USAC Stoops Freightliner Sprint Cars are putting on a great show here at this half-mile racetrack, which is pretty dusty in some parts, especially down in turn 4. That's where the leader, Tracy Hines, and Tony Elliott gets him. Elliott takes the lead as they come up on a slower car once again.
He just got in a little bit too hot and a little bit too high, and it gave Elliott the opportunity to go under him, and Elliott took advantage of it.
So Elliott takes the lead back. They have swapped it a couple of times here in the first 20 laps of the race, and we've still got 9 laps to go.
Well, neither one of these guys knows how to quit. They both know how to win races, and they never say die. And that just, Elliott did a great job hanging on there, just waiting for a mistake or an opportunity, and he took advantage of it. Oh, and he got very high again. Looked like he might have almost touched the wall.
That's the dangerous part of the racetrack, up there close to the wall where you're looking for the cush, but there's so little of it now that you're very likely to touch the wall, and if you do, you're going to be in big, big trouble. Elliott still in the lead, has 5 local Indiana sprint car victories already this year, and is looking for a USAC victory here tonight. And while these two battle for the lead, look at J.J. Yaley. He's very close to Hines in third.
Yeah, he's almost caught up.
And he goes to the bottom of the racetrack and fights on the low side, tries to come out ahead. No. Hines retains second.
That's good for Elliott. As long as those two guys are battling, they can't come up there and challenge him. But boy, oh boy, all 3 of these guys really running good tonight.
On board once again with Yaley, who's at the bottom of the racetrack, while Hines and Elliott are running the middle and upper part. And Hines still sees that threat from Yaley as they go down the backstretch, but the laps are counting down, and now only 3 more to go. That's the completion of lap 27.
They got a lot of lap traffic up there, though, and Hines really gained on Elliott that time as Elliott moved down on the racetrack because of that lap traffic. Now then, it looks like Yaley's gaining on him, too.
Oh, let's see what happens as they approach this slower traffic. Elliott hits a bump, it's sideways, and Tracy Hines takes the lead at the top side of the racetrack.
Now he's got some
and he hits the wall. He hit the wall and dropped back to third. Holy cow.
Yaley got by. He's now moved into second place. And there's still a bunch of lap traffic up there.
And they're coming to the white flag. Here is Elliott coming to white. 1 more lap to go, and a lot of lap traffic still to contend with. J.J. Yaley is right there in second spot. Where is Elliott going to go? He's going to go to the high side, and Yaley is also. Hines is not going to be a factor here, and Yaley slides high. Tony Elliott will come down and win it with Yaley finishing in second spot. Wow, what a race.
Man, oh man. That was unbelievable. Those guys were all over the racetrack, right from the bottom clear to the top, trying to find a way through that lap traffic. There was some dust out there. It wasn't all that easy to see, but Tony Elliott zigged at the right time, and the other guys zagged, and he came away the winner.
Well, he has just picked up his 4th career USAC Sprint Car win here at Eldora. He won in '87, in '93, in 2000, and now here in 2002, he gets his 4th victory. The 1998 and 2000 USAC Sprint Car champion records his 25th career USAC Stoops Freightliner Sprint Car victory.
Yeah, baby.
Emerging from his car is Tony Elliott after an incredible victory, holding off the challenge of Tracy Hines and at the end, J.J. Yeley. What a race we saw here tonight. Here's Gary.
Well, I'm not sure if we can get a word with him till he gets that helmet off or not. He's got the neck device up here. First victory in a couple of years here at Eldora, and one of the more patient drivers. Could you hold your breath that long?
Hell, you know, it's exciting. The racetrack was a little bit on the verge of being rough, and you know, it was heavy, and like there were some dust spots where it's hard to see at times. But you know, this is Eldora. It's always exciting when we come here, and you know, I just can't say enough for Jeff Walker and all the guys. They did a great job for the race car, and you know, it's great.
You should be a politician if you said this is on the verge of being rough. It's been rough all evening.
Well, it has been, but you know, like I say, we always complain when we come to Eldora and it's hard and slick, and you know, I'd much rather race on this. What we can race is just, you know, slide around there and all that kind of stuff. So, you know, it's great. These guys have done a great job on the car, and, you know, makes my job a little bit easier.
Talk us through that pass of Tracy Hines late in the race.
Well, you know, you know, like I say, sometimes it's easier to run second than it is to lead the thing. And, you know, I'm trying to be a little bit cautious on these lap cars because, like I say, sometimes you couldn't see where he was headed. And, you know, he snuck by me on the outside, and we'd had to chase him back down and just got a little bit of break there in the traffic like he did. So, you know, here we are, and he's down there. So this is great.
This track offered a little bit of everything this evening, from being rough to getting really dusty late, and the visibility had to be terrible.
Well, it was. You know, there's sometimes you'd come off a 4 and you had no idea where you was headed. But, you know, for the most part, around there was pretty good. And, you know, it just, that's part of being here and racing at Eldora was great.
Well, congratulations. And now we're going to see if we can't find JJ, who finishes second this evening after winning the midget feature. And once again, we pull up behind the PA announcer here at Eldora. We'll stick the mic in anyway.
Couldn't hold on the steering wheel and almost spun the thing out. So, you know, we'll just have to take second tonight, and we've had a heck of a week. Second's not too bad.
Well, walk us through the last 4 or 5 laps. Obviously, the lap cars started to play into it.
Yeah, it did a little bit. You know, they were running high and low, and the racetrack was so dusty it was hard to see going out front straightaway. And I just having a hard time holding on there. I was just pooped, and you know, I got some cockpit adjustments in there, started tuning on the car, and got the car really good there at the end, and reeled those guys in. And I thought I had something for Tony on the last lap, and running on the outside and real rough stuff, and it knocked the steering wheel out of my hand, almost spun out. So just to hold on for a second, I guess, is pretty good. We've had a heck of a week. You can't complain.
This has been a workout this evening.
Yeah, my hand was cramping up about the 10th, 12th lap, and I just couldn't.
Your wife is laughing at you right now.
I just couldn't hold on with my left hand, so it's unfortunate. ABC Santa Rock car is fast. You know, we kind of missed on a tire the first night and led most of the race and finished third. So we haven't finished out top 3, but you know, in my mind, I think we should have won all of them. But
well, we're going to see if we can't find Tracy. Congratulations on the win in second place in this.
Thank you.
Well, let's walk back over and see if we can't find Tracy Hines. He's standing back over here talking with some of the crew members. Tracy, we can jump in here. Obviously, it looked like it was your race to win. The traffic got in there, and what happened?
Dust. Couldn't really see. Wasn't the traffic. You know, I don't even know if the lap guys could see the lower flag because we couldn't see nothing. You know, I don't know what the camera saw, but you couldn't see nothing in 3 and 4. You know, I don't know. Hit the wall a couple times, bent the car up pretty good. We'll take it. These Kroger guys did a good job. You know, I don't know. I'll pay for the water truck next time if that's what it takes.
That's Tracy Hines, who ends up in 3rd position here tonight in a hard-fought race on a very competitive racetrack at Eldora. We will be back to wrap things up in just a moment. Here are the top 10 finishers now, with Elliott again recording his 25th career victory.